Riley Keough, the granddaughter of the legendary Elvis Presley, has always lived a life that seemed to be filled with fame but also mystery. Being born into one of the most famous families in the world, she has had to navigate a life under the heavy shadow of her grandfather's legacy. But while much of her life has been in the public eye, Riley has always remained an enigma to many people. The world has known her as an actress, a model, and a musician, but there's so much more to her story that remains hidden. One of the most fascinating parts of her life, however, revolves around Graceland, the iconic mansion that Elvis called home. Graceland is not just a house, it is a symbol of Elvis Presley's life and career, filled with memories, secrets, and stories. For decades, the public has flocked to the mansion in Memphis, Tennessee to catch a glimpse of where Elvis lived, worked, and even where he passed away. The house is a museum now, with visitors touring the rooms where Elvis spent his time, including the famous Jungle Room and the Meditation Room. However, there is one part of Graceland that has been largely kept hidden from the public: the upstairs. This part of the house has always been off-limits. It was where Elvis and his family lived in privacy. The rooms upstairs were where personal moments were shared, where family memories were made, and where the Presley family spent their most intimate times away from the world's gaze. Riley Keough, being Elvis's granddaughter, has a unique and personal connection to Graceland that most people could never understand. She spent her childhood within the walls of this mansion, growing up in the same rooms where Elvis himself lived. But unlike her famous grandfather, who was always in the spotlight, Riley's time at Graceland was different. She wasn't always in the public eye, she wasn't always being watched. Instead, she experienced Graceland through a more private lens, seeing the house not just as a museum or an iconic landmark, but as a home that holds countless memories of her family. As Riley reflects on her connection to Graceland, she begins to uncover the hidden stories and secrets that the mansion holds. While the world knows Graceland as a place where Elvis's fans can pay their respects, Riley knows the house as something much more personal. What happens when someone who grew up there, someone who shares a deep bond with the house and its history, begins to explore the untold stories that are hidden within its walls? What does she discover when she revisits the upstairs rooms, the rooms that were once so private and mysterious? There is something about the upstairs of Graceland that draws people in. It has always been a place of curiosity. The public has always wondered what lies beyond the closed doors of the second floor. What kind of personal treasures are stored up there? What could Elvis have left behind in the rooms that no one has ever seen? For years there has been speculation about the significance of the upstairs rooms. What was it about that part of the house that made it so special to the Presley family? Riley, as a member of the Presley family, has an intimate knowledge of the house, and her connection to it goes far beyond being a famous descendant. The upstairs of Graceland holds the memories of her family, memories that are not easily shared with the world. And yet over time, Riley has become more open to sharing these stories, revealing parts of her family's history that many never knew. The house, which was once just a home to her, has transformed into a place of deep personal reflection. It's a place where she can connect with her roots, with the legacy of her grandfather, and with the memories of her own childhood. As she steps into the rooms that once belonged to Elvis and his family, Riley begins to unlock the mysteries of Graceland's upstairs. What does she find in these private spaces? Are there hidden messages or objects that bring new light to the Presley legacy? Does she discover things about her grandfather's life that were previously unknown to the public? The curiosity surrounding what Riley could reveal about Graceland is immense. The world has only seen a small portion of what Elvis's life at Graceland was like, but through Riley's eyes there may be new layers to uncover. The fact that Riley Keough is now opening up about these personal aspects of her family's history only adds to the mystery. It's not just about the house, it's about her own connection to it. Graceland is more than just a home, it is a piece of her past, a link to her family's history, and a place where she can reflect on her life. What Riley shares about her experiences in Graceland's upstairs will not only shine a light on the secrets of the house but will also reveal more about her own life. As the granddaughter of Elvis Presley, Riley has had to live with the pressure of carrying on a family legacy that is known worldwide. But in this new chapter, she is carving out her own story, one that is deeply rooted in Graceland but also one that is uniquely hers. As the world continues to be fascinated by Graceland and the Presley family, Riley Keough is in a unique position to share a new perspective, one that is not just about the history of the mansion but about her own personal connection to it. With every story she tells and every secret she unveils, Riley adds depth to the story of Graceland, showing us that there is always more to discover in a place that holds so many memories. And as she continues to explore the mysteries of upstairs Graceland, For years, the upstairs of Graceland has been shrouded in mystery. Visitors from all around the world know Graceland as the home of Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. They flock to the mansion in Memphis, Tennessee to catch a glimpse of the rooms that Elvis made famous. The Jungle Room, the Meditation Room, and the other iconic areas of the mansion are open to the public, giving fans a taste of what Elvis's life was like. But there has always been one part of the house that has remained completely off-limits to the public: the upstairs. This part of Graceland is where Elvis and his family spent their most private moments. It's a place where secrets were kept, memories were made, and stories were shared among family members. For years, people have wondered what lies behind the doors of those upstairs rooms. What could be hidden up there? Why has it always been off-limits? Why hasn't anyone been able to see what's inside? There's a certain level of curiosity that comes with the unknown, and the upstairs of Graceland has been one of the most mysterious places in the world. People have speculated about what might be hidden in those rooms. Are there personal items from Elvis's life that no one has seen? Are there old photographs, letters, or artifacts that would reveal more about his family life? For decades, these questions have lingered in the minds of fans and visitors, and yet no one has had the chance to answer them. Until now. Enter Riley Keough, the granddaughter of Elvis Presley. She has always had a deep connection to Graceland, having grown up in the shadow of one of the most famous families in the world. Riley's perspective on the mansion is unique because she doesn't just see it as a museum or a place of historical importance. She sees it as a home that holds the stories of her family. The upstairs of Graceland, a place that many people have only heard about in rumors and speculation, is a place that Riley knows intimately. She grew up there, and it is filled with the memories of her family, her childhood, and her connection to her grandfather. When Riley begins to speak out about the upstairs of Graceland, the mystery surrounding the house becomes even more intriguing. What secrets does she hold? What stories can she share that have never been told before? As someone who has experienced Graceland in a way that few others have, Riley is in a unique position to unlock the mysteries of the upstairs. But as she begins to reveal what she knows, she opens up a whole new world of curiosity for fans and the public. There's a natural tension that comes with the unknown, and as Riley uncovers pieces of the past, people are left wondering, what will she reveal next? The idea of hidden secrets adds to the allure of Graceland. It's not just about the rooms themselves, it's about what those rooms represent. For years, the upstairs of Graceland has been a symbol of privacy and family history. But now, as Riley starts to reflect on her life and the time she spent in Graceland, she begins to revisit the upstairs rooms and the memories attached to them. Could it be that she's uncovering things that have been hidden for years? Is she discovering new details about her grandfather's life, his family, and the mansion that the public never knew? Riley's journey through the upstairs of Graceland has become a way for her to connect with the past and with the family legacy that she carries. It's a way for her to take ownership of her family's history, and in doing so, she's giving us a rare glimpse into the private life of Elvis Presley. The world knows Elvis as the larger-than-life figure who changed the music industry, but there's so much more to his story. As Riley begins to share her experiences, the world is learning more about the man behind the legend. The upstairs of Graceland is where those hidden stories have been waiting to be told, and Riley is finally ready to share them with us. But what makes her story so captivating is the sense of mystery that still surrounds the upstairs. Even though Riley is revealing things that no one has heard before, there are still many questions left unanswered. What exactly did Riley find when she revisited the upstairs? What memories are tied to each room, and how does she feel about those spaces now? Each time Riley speaks about her connection to Graceland, she adds a layer of intrigue to the story. Her personal journey through the mansion is not just about uncovering hidden treasures or forgotten memories. It's about understanding what Graceland truly means to her, and what it represents in the larger context of her family's history. There's a certain amount of suspense that comes with Riley's revelations. We want to know what she's discovering, but we also feel a sense of respect for the privacy that Graceland has held for so many years. As she uncovers details about her grandfather's life and her family's past, there's an underlying tension. How much will she reveal, and what will she choose to keep private? The public has long been fascinated by Graceland and the Presley family, and now, with Riley opening up about the mysteries of the upstairs, we are finally getting the chance to learn more about the people behind the legends. The curiosity surrounding Graceland's upstairs is not just about the rooms themselves, it's about what those rooms represent. They are a symbol of a time and place that will never be repeated. They hold the stories of a family that shaped the music world and left a lasting impact on popular culture. But as Riley shares her experiences and memories, she invites us into a world that was once closed off. It's a world filled with history, emotion, and the kind of personal connection that only a family member can truly understand. As Riley continues to speak about her experiences at Graceland, the curiosity only grows. Graceland, the famous home of Elvis Presley, is a place that holds a special kind of magic. People from all around the world visit the mansion in Memphis, Tennessee to pay their respects to the king of rock and roll. They walk through rooms where Elvis lived, worked, and shared his life with family and friends. The mansion is a museum now, and it's filled with memorabilia that showcases Elvis's incredible career and personal life. The rooms that are open to the public are carefully curated to give a glimpse of the man who changed music forever. But there's one part of Graceland that has remained shrouded in mystery for decades: the upstairs. This section of the mansion has always been off-limits to the public, and for good reason. It's where Elvis and his family spent their most private moments. For many years, the upstairs of Graceland was a place where family memories were made, where secrets were kept, and where the Presley family lived away from the prying eyes of the public. This area holds the personal side of Elvis's life that few people know about. The upstairs is not just a part of Graceland, it's a place where the Presley family, including Elvis, made some of their most intimate memories. But what is it about this part of the house that has made it so off-limits? What could be hidden there? These are questions that have sparked curiosity in people's minds for years. The upstairs rooms were never part of the regular Graceland tour, so visitors were always left wondering about what was behind the closed doors. Over time, it became a symbol of privacy, mystery, and the unknown. Riley Keough, the granddaughter of Elvis Presley, has a unique relationship with Graceland. Growing up in the shadow of one of the most famous families in the world, Riley experienced life at Graceland in a way that few others could understand. While the public knew her as the granddaughter of the king, she was also a young girl living in a house that held the memories of her family. For Riley, Graceland is more than just a mansion, it's a place filled with family history, with moments that shaped her childhood. But what is it like for someone like Riley, who grew up surrounded by the weight of her family's legacy, to revisit a place that holds so many personal memories? The upstairs of Graceland holds a special place in Riley's heart. It's a part of the house that she knows deeply, a part of her family's history that has been hidden from the public eye for so long. As a child, Riley spent time in those rooms just like her grandfather did. She witnessed the life that Elvis and his family lived behind closed doors. Now as an adult, Riley is looking back at those memories with a new perspective. What is it like to revisit the upstairs of Graceland, knowing that it holds so many personal stories? And what happens when someone like Riley, who has grown up with this legacy, begins to share the secrets and stories of the upstairs rooms? Riley's journey through the upstairs of Graceland is a chance for her to connect with her past, to explore the parts of her family's history that have remained hidden for so long. As she revisits the rooms that were once private, she is able to reflect on her childhood and the moments she shared with her family in that space. But it's also a chance for Riley to discover new things about her family's legacy, to uncover stories and memories that she may not have known before. There's something incredibly personal about this experience. For Riley, it's not just about uncovering the secrets of the house, it's about understanding what Graceland means to her and to her family. The upstairs rooms are not just a part of the house, they are a part of her identity. The curiosity around the upstairs of Graceland has always been intense. Fans and visitors have long wondered about what could be hidden there. People have imagined all sorts of things: letters, photographs, personal belongings of Elvis, and maybe even something more mysterious. What if there are things in those rooms that could reveal new details about Elvis's life? What if there are stories that have never been told, memories that have been kept private for years? Riley's connection to the house makes her the perfect person to unlock these mysteries. She knows the upstairs in a way that no one else does. She grew up there, she lived in those rooms, and she remembers the moments that made those spaces so important to her family. As Riley opens up about her experiences and the memories she has of the upstairs of Graceland, the world is finally getting a glimpse of what was once hidden. What is it like to walk through those rooms again, knowing that they hold so much history? What kind of things has Riley discovered as she revisits the private side of Elvis's life? There's a sense of excitement in the air as Riley starts to share these personal memories. Fans of Elvis Presley have long been fascinated by the man behind the music, and now they're getting a closer look at the life he lived when the world wasn't watching. But with every revelation, more questions arise. What does Riley remember about the upstairs of Graceland that she hasn't shared yet? Are there moments, memories, or objects that she's keeping to herself? The curiosity around Graceland and its secrets only grows stronger as Riley continues to reflect on her family's history. The upstairs rooms may have been off-limits for so long, but now as Riley takes us on a journey through them, the mystery is starting to unravel. What else will she uncover? What other stories does she have to tell? Riley's journey through Graceland is more than just a trip down memory lane. It's a way for her to connect with her grandfather's legacy, to understand her family's place in history, and to share her personal story with the world. The upstairs of Graceland is no longer just a place of mystery, it's a part of Riley's life, and through her eyes we are able to see it in a new light. As Riley continues to explore these rooms, the curiosity about what lies within will only grow. What else does she have to reveal? What will we learn next about the hidden world of upstairs Graceland? Only time will tell, but the journey has just begun. For decades, Graceland has been more than just the home of Elvis Presley. It has become a symbol of Elvis's life, his music, and his legacy. Thousands of fans make the pilgrimage to Memphis, Tennessee each year to tour the mansion and to experience the very place where Elvis lived and died. The rooms, the furniture, the decor, all of these items are all carefully chosen and displayed to give visitors an inside look into the life of one of the most famous entertainers in history. Graceland is a place full of memories of music and of moments that defined Elvis's incredible career. However, there is one area of the mansion that has always been shrouded in mystery: the upstairs. While the public has access to many rooms downstairs, the upstairs has remained off-limits for visitors, sparking curiosity and speculation about what lies behind those closed doors. This is the space where Elvis and his family spent their most personal moments. It's where he lived his life away from the spotlight, and for years no one really knew what was inside. But Riley Keough, the granddaughter of Elvis Presley, has a unique connection to Graceland. Growing up as a member of the Presley family, Riley has experienced the mansion in a way that very few people could ever understand. She spent time in the very rooms that have been kept private for decades. The upstairs was not just a place for Elvis to rest, it was a place where Riley herself spent time with her family, growing up in the same house where history was made. While the world knew Elvis Presley as the king of rock and roll, for Riley, Graceland was home. It was where she lived her childhood, and it holds the memories of her family, their lives, and their connections to each other. Now as an adult, Riley has returned to Graceland to reflect on her past and share those memories with the world. Riley's experience with the upstairs of Graceland is a rare opportunity for her to explore the private side of the Presley family. She is able to step back into the rooms where her grandfather spent time, where the family lived and loved. As Riley revisits these rooms, she begins to uncover the secrets of the upstairs that have remained hidden for so long. It's a deeply personal journey for Riley, as she is not just exploring her family's history, she is also reflecting on her own life and her connection to the past. For someone who grew up surrounded by the fame and legacy of her grandfather, it must be an emotional experience to walk through the very spaces where he spent so many moments of his life. And what's even more fascinating is that Riley is willing to share some of what she has learned with the public. As she opens up about her memories, she's inviting the world into a part of Graceland that has always been off-limits. This journey of discovery is not just about uncovering physical objects or artifacts. It's about understanding the deeper meaning of these rooms and the memories they hold. What is it like for Riley to return to Graceland, knowing that so much of her family's history is locked inside those rooms? How does she feel as she walks through the same spaces where her grandfather once lived? As she revisits these intimate areas of the mansion, Riley starts to make new connections to her past. She begins to realize that the upstairs of Graceland is not just a place of history, it's a place that helped shape who she is today. But there is more to Riley's journey than just nostalgia. The upstairs of Graceland is a place filled with mystery. The public has always wondered what lies behind those closed doors. There have been whispers and rumors over the years about what might be hidden in those rooms. Could there be personal items from Elvis's life that have been kept away from public view? What about photographs, letters, or keepsakes that reveal more about the man behind the legend? There's always been a sense of curiosity around the upstairs, as people have long speculated about the kinds of treasures it might hold. Now, as Riley starts to look back on her own memories, the world begins to wonder, what will she reveal? The upstairs of Graceland is a place filled with memories that are tied to more than just Elvis's career. It's where the Presley family lived, loved, and faced their challenges. Riley is in a unique position to unlock the stories of these rooms. She has a personal connection to this space that no one else can claim. Riley remembers the family gatherings, the quiet moments spent away from the public eye. As she revisits these areas, she begins to see them in a new light. The upstairs of Graceland, once a place of mystery and secrecy, is now a place of reflection and discovery for Riley. As she steps through each room, she feels a sense of connection to her past. Every photograph, every piece of furniture, every corner of the house holds a memory of her family and the time they spent together. Riley's exploration of the upstairs at Graceland is more than just an emotional journey. It's also a way for her to understand the Presley legacy in a way that only she can. Graceland has been a symbol of Elvis's success, but it has also been a symbol of family, of love, and of the bonds that hold people together. As Riley delves deeper into her family's history, she begins to realize that the upstairs rooms are not just filled with personal belongings, they are filled with the stories of her family's past. These rooms hold the key to understanding the relationships that defined her grandfather's life. They hold the memories of moments that will never be forgotten, moments that shaped the Presley family. But as Riley explores the upstairs of Graceland, she also uncovers the mysteries that have surrounded the mansion for so long. What lies behind the closed doors of these rooms? Are there secrets waiting to be uncovered? What has been kept hidden for all these years? The world has always been fascinated by Graceland, but now with Riley's personal insights, the curiosity about the mansion's upstairs has only grown. People want to know what she has discovered, what she has learned about her family's past, and what kind of new information she will share. As Riley continues to reflect on her experiences in the upstairs of Graceland, she opens up a whole new chapter in the Presley family's history, one that offers a deeper look into the man behind the music and the family that supported him. In the end, Riley's journey through the upstairs of Graceland is a powerful reminder that there is always more to discover, even in places that seem familiar. The mystery surrounding these rooms is far from over, and as Riley continues to share her insights, the world will only become more intrigued by the stories that lie hidden within the walls of Graceland. What will she reveal next? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure: the mystery of Graceland's upstairs is just beginning to unfold. Graceland is a name that holds a special place in the hearts of Elvis Presley fans all over the world. It is not just a house but a piece of history, a place where memories of one of the greatest musicians of all time are kept alive. Visitors flock to Memphis, Tennessee to tour the mansion and witness firsthand where Elvis lived, where he recorded his music, and where he spent some of the most important moments of his life. The rooms downstairs are filled with relics of the past: his gold records, his clothing, his personal items, all of which offer a glimpse into the world of Elvis Presley. But there's one part of Graceland that has always remained off-limits to the public: the upstairs. For many years, the upstairs was a mysterious and private space, closed to anyone except the Presley family. It was the part of the house where Elvis and his loved ones spent their most intimate moments. But why has this part of the house remained off-limits for so long? What secrets could it hold? These are questions that have lingered in the minds of many, creating a sense of curiosity about what lies behind the closed doors of the upstairs rooms. Riley Keough, the granddaughter of Elvis Presley, has a deep connection to Graceland that most people will never fully understand. Growing up in the Presley family, she lived in the house that is now famous all over the world. The upstairs of Graceland, a place that has been kept secret from the public for so long, is not just a part of the house to Riley, it is part of her childhood, her memories, and her family's legacy. For Riley, Graceland is more than just a museum or a historical landmark. It is a place filled with personal experiences, moments shared with her grandfather and family. The upstairs of Graceland holds many memories for Riley, but it also holds many secrets that are tied to her family's past. Riley's connection to this part of Graceland is unique because she has lived there. She has experienced the house in a way that no one else has. Now as an adult, Riley is beginning to revisit those rooms, reflecting on her past, and uncovering new details about her family's life. The mystery. The public was always curious about what could be hidden in the rooms that were off-limits. Were there personal belongings of Elvis that no one had ever seen? Were there letters, photographs, or items that could reveal more about his private life? The upstairs of Graceland was a place that had always been shrouded in mystery. But now, as Riley begins to revisit these rooms, she is offering a rare opportunity for the public to understand what this part of Graceland means to her and her family. For Riley, revisiting the upstairs is not just about uncovering hidden objects or revealing secrets, it's about understanding her family's past and how the house shaped her life. As she walks through the rooms, she begins to connect with her memories, her family's history, and the legacy of Elvis Presley in a new way. Riley quote, "Such journey through the upstairs of Graceland is a personal one. She is not just rediscovering the rooms that she grew up in, she is also reconnecting with the family members who lived there, including her grandfather." For Riley, the upstairs holds deep emotional significance. It is where she spent time with her family, where she experienced the love, the joy, and even the sadness that comes with being part of such a famous family. As she walks through the same rooms that Elvis once did, she is reminded of the family bond that ties them all together. These rooms are not just spaces in a house, they are filled with memories of her grandfather, of the man who shaped her world. The upstairs of Graceland is a place where Riley can reflect on the impact her family has had on her life and the world around her. But as Riley begins to share her memories, a deeper curiosity begins to form. What exactly does Riley remember about the upstairs of Graceland? What new details will she uncover about her family's past? The public has long been fascinated by the Presley family, and now with Riley's personal insights, they are getting a closer look at the private side of Elvis Presley's life. As Riley talks about the moments she shared in the upstairs rooms, it raises questions about what else she may know. What else does she remember from her time at Graceland? The curiosity surrounding the upstairs of Graceland continues to grow, as Riley's story has only just begun. People want to know more about the secrets of the house, about what she has learned and what other stories she can tell. The mystery of the upstairs at Graceland is not just about hidden treasures or forgotten items, it's about the stories that these rooms hold. Riley's journey is about discovering the personal side of Graceland, the side that most people have never seen. While fans of Elvis Presley have long admired his music and his public persona, the upstairs represents a side of him that was far more private. This was where he lived his life with his family, away from the stage and the cameras. The upstairs of Graceland is where Elvis and his loved ones found peace, comfort, and privacy. As Riley explores these rooms, she is not only uncovering the personal history of her family, but she is also sharing the intimate side of her grandfather that few people ever got to see. As Riley revisits the upstairs of Graceland, she begins to unravel the secrets that have been kept hidden for so long. But as she uncovers these secrets, she also begins to understand her own place in her family's legacy. She begins to see how the past has shaped her, how the memories of her grandfather and her family continue to influence her life. The upstairs of Graceland is not just a physical space, it is a symbol of the Presley family's history, their love, and their journey. As Riley continues to explore these rooms, the curiosity about what lies behind those doors grows. Fans of Elvis Presley are eager to learn more about the man they admire, and Riley is the one person who can offer them a rare glimpse into the private side of his life. The mystery of the upstairs at Graceland is not just a story about hidden treasures or forgotten memories. It is a story about family, about love, and about the connections that tie us all together. As Riley continues to share her personal insights into the upstairs rooms, she is revealing not just the past, but also the powerful emotions that have shaped her family's history. Graceland, once a place of mystery and secrecy, is now a place where the story of Elvis Presley's family is being told in a new and personal way. The upstairs rooms may have been off-limits for many years, but now with Riley's reflections, the world is starting to understand what makes Graceland not just a mansion but a home filled with love, memories, and history. What else will Riley reveal as she continues her journey? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure: the mystery of Graceland's upstairs is far from over. Graceland is a name that means something to millions of people around the world. For many, it's the place where the legacy of Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, lives on. People come from all over the world to visit the mansion in Memphis, Tennessee. They walk through the rooms that were once home to Elvis, his family, and the many memories created within its walls. The downstairs rooms are open to the public, and each one is filled with items that showcase Elvis's life, his music, his awards, and the things he loved. But for all the attention the public gets to give to the rooms downstairs, there is one area of Graceland that has remained closed off for years: the upstairs. This is a part of the house that no one really knows much about. It has always been a place of mystery and intrigue. What is hidden behind the doors of the upstairs rooms? What does this secretive part of Graceland hold that makes it so off-limits to the public? These questions have lingered in the minds of many, creating a sense of curiosity that has lasted for decades. Riley Keough, the granddaughter of Elvis Presley, has a special connection to Graceland. Growing up in the shadow of one of the most famous families in the world, Riley spent much of her childhood at Graceland. While the public may know her as the granddaughter of Elvis, Riley's experience with the mansion is much more personal. She has memories of the upstairs that no one else has. The upstairs was a private part of Graceland where the Presley family spent their most personal moments away from the public eye. For Riley, the upstairs isn't just a set of rooms in a famous mansion, it's a place filled with memories of her family. It's where she grew up, where she shared time with her grandfather, and where she experienced the love and loss that comes with being part of such a famous family. Now as an adult, Riley is revisiting the upstairs and reflecting on what it means to her. It's a journey of rediscovery, and through it, Riley is sharing her personal connection to Graceland with the world. For many years, the upstairs at Graceland was completely off-limits to the public. Fans and visitors would come to the mansion, exploring the public areas of the house, but they could only wonder about what was hidden behind the closed doors of the upstairs. The upstairs was a place of mystery, a private area that held the secrets of the Presley family. What could possibly be in those rooms that had been kept away from the world for so long? Some people imagined that there might be private letters or photographs of Elvis, things that had never been seen before. Others speculated that there were even more personal items of the Presley family, things that revealed hidden details about their lives. The curiosity surrounding the upstairs grew over the years, and the questions about what was hidden inside only became stronger. Now Riley is offering a rare glimpse into this secretive part of Graceland. For Riley, revisiting the upstairs isn't just about looking for forgotten treasures or secret items, it's about exploring her own memories and reconnecting with her family's past. The upstairs of Graceland holds so much significance for Riley because it is where she spent time with her family. It's where she made memories that shaped her into the person she is today. As she revisits the upstairs, Riley reflects on what it means to grow up in such a famous family, and how her connection to this place is more personal than anyone could have imagined. Through her eyes, the upstairs becomes more than just a place, it becomes a symbol of family love and history. The journey that Riley takes through the upstairs is more than just a walk down memory lane. It's a chance for her to uncover new details about her family's life and the stories that have been kept hidden from the world. As she walks through the rooms where her grandfather once lived, she begins to piece together the puzzle of the Presley family's history. What were these rooms really like? What moments were shared in these private spaces that no one else knew about? These are questions that Riley is now able to explore as she revisits the upstairs, and it's a journey that offers insight not just into Elvis Presley's life, but into the life of his family as well. Riley's connection to the upstairs of Graceland is unique because she is not just uncovering objects or artifacts. She is uncovering the emotions and experiences that come with living in such a famous house. The upstairs is a place where Riley spent time with her family, where she learned about who she was and where she came from. As she revisits these rooms, she is able to reflect on her relationship with her grandfather and the memories they shared. For Riley, the upstairs is a place that holds not just physical items but emotional connections that run deep. It's where she felt a sense of belonging, a sense of love, and a sense of history. But as Riley opens the door to the upstairs and begins to share her memories, new questions start to arise. What else is there to discover? What other secrets of the Presley family remain hidden in these rooms? People have always been curious about the upstairs, and now that Riley is beginning to share her story, the curiosity has only grown. What will she reveal next? What new details will come to light as she delves deeper into her family's past? The world wants to know more about the Presley family's private side, and Riley is the one person who can offer them a glimpse into that world. Her journey through the upstairs of Graceland is not just a look into the past, it's a chance to uncover the hidden parts of history that have been waiting to be told. Riley's exploration of the upstairs is a journey that goes beyond just memories and personal stories. It's about understanding the legacy of her grandfather and how that legacy has shaped her life. Graceland is more than just a house, it is a place where history was made, and it is a place that continues to influence the world today. As Riley walks through the upstairs, she begins to see her family's history in a new light. She begins to understand how the legacy of Elvis Presley has affected not just the world, but also the lives of those closest to him. The upstairs at Graceland is not just a part of the house, it is a part of her identity, and it holds the key to understanding the Presley family's journey. In the end, the mystery of the upstairs at Graceland is far from over. Riley's journey is only just beginning, And as she continues to explore these rooms and share her story, the curiosity about what lies behind those closed doors will only continue to grow. The upstairs is not just a physical space, it is a symbol of the Presley family's history, of the moments that defined them, and of the legacy they have left behind. As Riley opens up about her experiences, she is giving the world a rare opportunity to see the private side of one of the most famous families in history. What will she uncover next? What other secrets does the upstairs hold? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the story of Graceland's upstairs is just beginning to unfold.